Today we're checking back in with Cardano's ADA Coin, performing some technical analysis and making some predictions on where we can expect to see ADA go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome into Cardano's ADA Coin chart, guys. If you're looking to buy ADA or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And as we know, the market has been an absolute bloodbath over the past few weeks, and certainly Cardano has not managed to escape that, unfortunately. So what we want to do is basically reinstate a little bit of a trend to see if we can work out exactly how we are sitting in the overall grand scheme of things. So let's try and see if we do have a little bit of a channel that we can put in place for now. I'd suggest that possibly we have broken, I suppose, this channel here, and we are now bouncing off it. And you can see that basically in the past, I suppose, 24 to 48 hours. Yesterday, on the 12th of May, we hit a low, and that was at 38 cents, and that was a bounce off our previous downtrending line. As you can see here, it's moving all the way from this top end of the chart. Now ideally we're going to bounce off that and we're not going to follow in its footsteps, but is that actually going to be the case? Not too sure, to be quite honest, at this point in time. But what we do have now is another top end and basically a parallel channel. So whilst there's no price action up here, our previous channel would have looked a bit like, I suppose, this over here. And you know, we've got all our price action that was bouncing around all these sort of areas, and we managed to break out. But unfortunately, now we're back in to a brand new channel, and it's also a downtrending channel. And as you can see, we are hitting the bottom of it, bouncing off, and we are now at 57.2. So where does that leave us? Well, we need to identify our key horizontal points of support and resistance to get a gauge of exactly what's going on. Now, where we have bounced happens to also be a major point of support horizontally. As you can see here, plenty of price action in the past at that point. As we zoom in, it's also that line where we have hit the top end of our old channel and now the bottom end of our current channel. Major point of support. Now the price has bounced, so it's looking like we're coming up and possibly moving back towards to test the top end of this channel again, unless we break out, which with the market looking the way it is at the moment, I don't think it will. We're probably going to move down, so I'm expecting maybe a move a bit like this, another test, maybe a bounce, then possibly a break downwards. That is because the overall market at the moment is terrible. We've even had our red death cross of our 20-day moving average crossing below our 50-day moving average. Another poor indicator showing we are in a bear market. Let's have a quick look at a few more indicators. RSI, I imagine, is oversold. It certainly is, but we bounced out of it very briefly, getting above our yellow line. So yesterday we were at a value on the RSI of 24.10, and now today we are at a value of 35.27. So of course, I really don't think RSI is going to help us out that much, but we need to monitor it anyway. MACD, this is an important one. Now the MACD, we had one of those really shallow crosses, which is why we have really suffered at this point in time. The shallow cross occurred basically when we tried to break out the top end of this channel, failed due to the resistance of that top line, as well as our moving averages here, couldn't get past them. Now we have a point where our 12-day EMA and 26-day EMA is still quite a fair way away from each other. I can't see a big reversal happening in the near future, and we'd need something significant. We'd need a good, decent cross like we saw over here, not a shallow one like here, because a shallow cross means we continue our existing trend. We want to be breaking out of our trend right now because we are downtrending. So until that happens, and until Cardano's ADA Coin actually manages to hit some sort of a bottom and we confirm it and we start making higher highs and higher lows, it is, I suppose, a little bit of a waiting game. So unfortunately, it's looking like we are going to break downwards. Where are we going to? Well, that is really going to be my price target. It's a downwards price target today, and it's going to be sort of the bottom end of that range, probably at about the 27 cent mark. If we do break through the support at the 38-cent position. That wraps up today's analysis on Cardano's ADA Coin, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video as well, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.